Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. Oh yeah.
What is going on, guys? Mr. Whale here, back with another, you guessed it, 2 in the morning tier list video, this time ranking the Nickelodeon shows and cartoons. And of course, I made this one myself. I left out some of the shows that I've never heard of, or technically a lot of the shows, but I have put in some shows that I haven't seen but I know are pretty good shows, just like I did with the Cartoon Network one. Let's get right into it with S, A, B, C, D, F, and Never Watched. Let's quickly go through the Never Watched. I know, yeah, Hey Arnold, Hey Arnold's there. I've never seen it. No, people say it's a great show. Apologize for not watching it. There's Jimmy Neutron. Never seen. What else haven't I seen? I have seen a little bit of the Rugrats. I have a little bit of it on DVD, but I don't want to include it on there because, one or two episodes, Zoe 101, I know people really praise that show. Yeah, I've never seen it, though. Let's quickly go through these next few shows, and have I seen them all? I believe I have seen all of these other shows. And alright, on to the F tier is gonna be Alvin and the Chipmunks. This show is a terrible reboot of the Alvin and the Chipmunks in the 90s, I think. I've never seen the 90s version, but this is just a terrible reboot. Of course, like mostly all reboots go. And next up on the F tier is gonna be Breadwinners. God, this show is a mess. I think this is a straight 0 out of 10 for me, if I were putting a rating on it. I don't even know what the show was supposed to be aiming at. I don't even think it'll catch the attention of little kids, to be honest. The show follows like two guys like delivering bread to people's houses. I don't even know. And next up on the F tier is gonna be Cousins for Life. I think this show just recently got canceled. I don't think this show has even went on for a year. This show, I think, just recently started last year in 2018, and I think just ended last month. And that's how bad this show was. Because I don't know, Cousin. It's just a terrible comedy. To try and like copy all of the other great comedies that Nickelodeon has had. Next on the F tier is gonna be Fanboy and Chum Chum. This show is another Breadwinners. Follows two kids doing ridiculous stuff, and I think they have an enemy named Kyle. Maybe that's his name. He thinks he has superpowers. Maybe he even does have superpowers in the show. I don't know. I don't remember much about the show. All I do is that it's ridiculous. Next up on the F tier is gonna be the Night Squad. Night Squad, I think, is another fairly new show, comedy, trying to copy all of the good ones, like the good ones back then. And on the F tier is going to be Lincoln Loud House. I don't know. Some people like this show. I do not. I think it's an F for me because I think it's one little kid, maybe 9 or 10 sisters, I think. And it's just they do ridiculous things. I think one focuses on being pretty, one focuses on their boyfriend, one focuses on like being a princess. The other the twins. I think the twin focuses on being a princess. The other twin focuses on being dirty all the time. One's emo. I think one's a tomboy. I don't even know. It's a crazy, stupid show, in my opinion. Next up on the F tier is gonna be Marvin. Now, this show, I hated Fred. I hate that kid. I hate the kid who plays Fred. It's so irritating. I hated the Fred movies, and this show literally has the Fred. Like, I think the Fred actor and he does the exact same Fred voice, and he's like an alien from a different planet trying to fit in with a normal human family. This show is just ridiculous. Go watch it and you'll turn it off in a few minutes. Next up on the F tier is going to be Pig, Goat, Banana, Cricket. I know there are a lot of F tiers today because that is how bad Nickelodeon has been making cartoons and live action shows as of late. Pig, Goat, Banana, Cricket, I think, was another short-lived show, maybe for a little less than a year, maybe a little bit over. I don't know. This show was just ridiculous with 4 animals, and look at how they look. That's what you call terrible animation. Next on the F tier is gonna be Planet Sheen. Now this show was a terrible spin-off to Jimmy Neutron. Oh, you see, I already missed one. I didn't watch Danny Phantom. That's right. That's another one that I didn't see. But besides that, Planet Sheen. I know Jimmy Neutron people say was a great show, but Planet Sheen, I'm pretty sure, is a shitty spin-off because I watched this show and I despised it. And next on the F tier, we'll put Rabbids Invasion. You know, what's funny about this show is that I just recently, I think I was putting together this tier list, and just now I realized that the show is called Rabbids Invasion, not Rabbits Invasion, because they're rabbits. You know, I thought it was called Rabbids Invasion, but no, it's Rabbids Invasion. This show is ridiculous. It's a bunch of rabbits going blah, 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 stuff like that. This show is stupid. Next on the F tier is going to be Sanjay and Craig. This show, I feel like, is a shitty copy off of regular show in a way. I don't know, or Adventure Time, not regular show, Adventure Time in a way, because it's a regular kid with a buddy animal, and they just do ridiculous things like not Mordecai and Rigby. You see Finn and Jake on Adventure Time. This show is terrible. Nickelodeon is so bad at making cartoons. Next on the F tier is going to be School of Rock. This show, I think, is also a little bit new. Maybe 2017 even, I don't remember. But this show is ridiculous. I think it's like kids learning high school, like they're in high school and they're like learning how to play in a band, and their teacher is a secret like rock and roll god or something like that, and they're trying to like hide the fact that they're a secret band, or else the teacher's gonna get fired, something like that. It's ridiculous. Next on the F tier, I'll put Wits Academy. This show, I think, again, it was like 20 episodes. I don't even think this show ran for a year, and it was canceled. That's how bad it was. See, we'll talk about Every Which Way later, but this show is an even terrible spin-off to a terrible show. I will say that. And last, I believe it's last, let's go and on the F tier, I'm going, and yeah, that's the last on the F tier is going to be Back in the Barnyard. This show features a male cow doing ridiculous things with his friends in a farm. A male cow, yeah, a male cow. Like it doesn't get any weirder than a male cow. Okay, on to the D tier. Let's see, what should go on the D tier? Oh, you know what? Never mind. Let's not go to the D tier yet. Let's put the Haunted Hathaways on the F tier and not say anything about it, because I'm technically on the D tier right now. On the D tier is going to be SpongeBob. I am so sorry to all the people who adore this show. And I'll give you something. First few seasons of this show is pretty good, but I despise, like, from 2015 forward. 2015 forward, this show, maybe even 2012 forward, I don't know, whenever it started to get bad, which was not that recent actually, a long time ago it started to get bad, and that is what's stopping me from putting it higher. I'm sorry, I don't like SpongeBob anymore, and that's why it is on the D tier for me. Next on the D tier is going to be the Thundermans. I used to actually like the Thundermans, but now going back and watching the Thundermans, I don't really like it anymore. I think it ended. Yeah, it did end. 100% it ended. I don't like the Thundermans anymore. It is stupid, terrible acting. Like, it's another failed comedy. Next on the D tier, we'll put Every Which Way. Now let's talk about Every Which Way. When I was younger, I adored this show. For what reason, I don't know. But when I was younger, I adored this show. But going back and looking at it, I don't know why I like this show. The animation with the witches and stuff, it's so bad. Just watch the show for yourself if you haven't, and you'll turn it off after 1 or 2 episodes. That's how bad the Every Which Way is. Next on the D tier, we will put The Legend of Korra. The Legend of Korra, a terrible spin-off to a good show, which was Avatar: The Last Airbender. The Legend of Korra didn't really intrigue me. I think she ended up becoming becoming a lesbian at the end of the show. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she has. Maybe bisexual. Not sure. But that's not the reason I don't like the show. I don't like the show because, of course, they're trying to spin off a great show, and most of the time, if not all of the time, it always fails, and that is what this did. Legend of Korra, it failed completely. Let's see if, and let's put Sam and Cat on the D tier. Sam and Cat, another spin-off to two great shows, iCarly and Victorious. It was a double spin-off in one, and I did not like the show. I feel like it was a failed spin-off comedy of Victorious and iCarly. I'm telling you, there's no replacing the original shows. You can't spin off a show on Nickelodeon. For some reason, it just doesn't work. And I see a trend with that. I don't think there are any other spin-offs. Yeah, there are no spin-offs on the list that I have left, and that is a good thing because all of the spin-offs are D or F. Next up on the D tier is Nikki, Ricky, Dickie, and Dawn. This show is another failed attempt at comedy. 3 boys and 1 girl. I think they're quads, maybe quadruplets. I think they are. But this show is ridiculous. It features almost all of the time one of the kids have a problem and the other 3 try and help fix the problem. I don't know, that's if you know what I mean. That's how that show usually goes. I didn't enjoy this show at all. I don't think anyone did. So that's why it is on the D tier for me. It's not quite F because it's not failure, but it's not good. Let's see. Onto the C tier, we will put Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles onto the C tier. Now, I usually have a problem with reboots of shows, as you can tell by my previous videos. Like the Cartoon Network one, I had a serious problem with reboots. But this one actually didn't do that bad on rebooting the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I actually enjoyed watching the reboot of the TMNT when I had free time, but it wasn't good. It wasn't also bad though. So it was okay. That's why it is on the C tier for me. Is there anything else? I honestly think that's the only one that is gonna go on the C tier. Yes, it is. Onto the B tier, we'll put Avatar: The Last Airbender. Avatar: The Last Airbender, I don't go bonkers over this show like a lot of people actually do. A lot of people say, oh, this show is top tier. I'm not one of those people. I will say some things I do like about this show, though. I do like how Zuko becomes, like, Zuko's a villain of the Fire Kingdom. Like, all of the Fire Kingdom are the villains, especially his sister. But Zuko, once he feels betrayed, I believe, by the Fire Kingdom, I know he turns good and helps Aang save the world. One issue I do have with this show is the movie, the live-action movie. They can't even afford to pronounce his name right. They said Aang. It would make me cringe every time they said Aang, but his name is Aang. That would always piss me off. But besides the point, this show was amazing. I really enjoyed this show of he was the first airbender, or the last airbender, and he had to work hard to master all of the other bending. I think fire was the last one, and I think Zuko taught him how to bend fire. I think that's why he turned good. Next on the B tier, I'm gonna put Power Rangers Samurai. Power Rangers Samurai was, because I grew up with it. I know a lot of people like prefer the old Power Rangers. Maybe I think Dino Charge was one that people actually really like. Jungle Fury, maybe those two. But I grew up with Power Ranger Samurai, and I actually really enjoy Power Ranger Samurai more than the old ones, because I enjoy the Gold Ranger too. The addition of the Gold Ranger was really good. Let's see, is there any other ones on the B tier? I know a lot of these are gonna be on the A tier. I think that's all on the B tier. On the A tier, we'll put Fairly Odd Parents. Fairly Odd Parents, I feel like, went down as they added new characters. That's what's stopping it from being at the S tier. As new characters got added into the seasons, it became really bad. Like, I was fine with the addition of Poof. I actually really enjoyed Poof, but when they added the dog, the show went downhill. in my opinion. And then when they added the new girl, I don't even know her name because I stopped watching. I think the show went even more downhill, and I think that's what got it canceled. In my opinion. Next up on the A tier, I don't care what anyone says. I actually really enjoy Game Shakers. This show actually makes me laugh at times too. I think it ended. I'm kind of upset that it's ending because this show is actually really enjoyable to me. So yeah, I don't care what anyone says. I like this show. Next up on the A tier, again, same thing. I don't care what anyone says. I enjoy Henry Danger. Henry Danger, I think, was supposed to only be a one-time movie or like an hour-long special, and then it became a series. I still enjoy the show to this day. It's crazy, but I enjoy these two shows. Next up on the A tier is going to be House of Anubis. House of Anubis is one of those shows that me and my friend used to watch and talk about. I remember she was into this show as much as I was, but this show would sometimes scare me, but other times it would intrigue me. Like they would do like one episode every day, except for the weekends, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and it would always annoy me because Friday was like the big cliffhanger, and I would get so annoyed because I would have to wait until the next week to see what happens, until Monday to see what happens, because they didn't do episodes on Saturday, because I would get so into the episode I would lose track of time, and then it would be like it would like something intense would happen, and then the episode would end, and then I would be like, what? No, I have to wait for the weekend. This gives me, and I would be like, this gives me a reason to not wait for the weekdays, because I get to come home from school and watch this show. See, that would give me a reason to look forward to the weekdays, to stop me from being upset about school. But I'm now out of grade school, and now I'm upset about going back to high school in a few months. So whatever. Next up on the A tier is gonna be Hunter Street. Hunter Street, I think, just came out a few years ago, and I don't think it's ended. They usually do a new season every year, but I don't think they did one this year. I checked the IMDb website, and they didn't say that this show ended, because I enjoyed the first two seasons of this show. I think they were supposed to do season 3 in January, but they didn't. So I'm still waiting for season 3 to come out. And let's see. I'm trying to decide whether I should put one of these on the A tier, just say screw it and put them all on the S tier. You know what? And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to say screw it and put these 4 masterpieces on the S tier. Drake and Josh, Big Time Rush, iCarly, and Victorious, no particular order. Drake and Josh was a funny show. That's all I have to say about it. It was so damn funny that it entertained me. I also loved the fact that the star of iCarly was their little sister. And I enjoyed the Merry Christmas Drake and Josh movie. That was a masterpiece. I loved that movie. I saw it once on free TV, and then I would wait every year for it to come back for Christmas, and then they just stopped playing it for Christmas, and I'm just like, why? I love this movie. I haven't seen the movie for a few years, and then just 2 years ago, I saw that the movie was on sale on Xbox, and I'm like, I need to get this. $10, I need to get this. So I bought the movie off of Xbox, and now I watch it myself every year on Christmas. Next up, Big Time Rush. Big Time Rush was a great, funny show about 4 guys in a band, and they would just do ridiculous things. I love the Christmas episode with Miranda Cosgrove co-starred as herself, special guest starred as herself. She didn't star as. It's funny because she didn't star. She plays in iCarly, and she plays herself on Big Time Rush instead of Carly. That's what's funny about it. And then my favorite episodes of Big Time Rush would always be the pranking episodes. I love the pranking episodes. I'm so upset that the show got canceled before they could do a third pranking episode. I think I like the second prank episode a little bit more than the first, but I really enjoyed both of the pranking episodes. Now iCarly, I don't think I actually have a favorite episode for iCarly, but because I loved them all. That's the thing. I loved the what made me laugh about I think the first episode ever, when Sam and Carly were trying to get views for their show. I think when I was little, I really laughed at this when they messed up the big light up sign on the street on the highway and then it busted and it said "Pee on Carl." I actually really got a kick out of that when I was little. And then the cops came to their apartment door, and Spencer goes, "Sorry about the incident, Officer Carl." And that, because the sign said "Pee on Carly," it was supposed to say like go to iCarly.com or something, watch iCarly or something like that, but it said "Pee on Carl," and it really made me laugh. Anyway, I don't know why I liked that part. It's ridiculous. I love Gibby. You know, I think I could say that my favorite episode was the one where the crazy fan trapped him in the house. I don't remember her name, and then Gibby like fought the girl and saved him from the soundproof room. That one was one of my favorite episodes. I'll say that one was my favorite. I think I like the Christmas one too, where Carly went into a world where I don't know what she did, where Spencer wasn't crazy. I think that's what she wished, that Spencer wasn't crazy, and that's like altered the entire timeline. Next up, Victorious. My favorite episode, I 100% have a favorite episode of Victorious, and that would be the Freak Out episode. And my second favorite episode would be the one where they're looking through ice cream cups to get the Kesha concert for her sister Trina, because I still remember why. Because Tori said something about if she didn't live in a magical castle with a prince for a husband, that she would have to be Trina's assistant for a whole month or something like that. And then she said if we get a private concert from Kesha, then Trina could stop having Tori as her assistant. And that's one of my favorite episodes. Freak Out. I think the karaoke where they were competing, because the owner of the karaoke shop was the other two girls' fathers, the father, and Haley and Tara. I still remember their names. That was a great episode. All of these 4 shows were amazing, and that's all I have to say about them. They were masterpieces. These 4 were the comedies that I was talking about, that like the Thundermans, Sam and Cat, Nicky, Ricky, Dicky, and Dawn, Cousins for Life, School of Rock. All of these shows tried to copy, but they completely failed, because these shows were the OG shows. Thank you all so much for watching this tier list video. Of course, if you skipped right to the end to see the final tier list, like I do myself, here it is. I apologize for these great shows that I haven't watched, but I did not leave them out on the ranking because I knew some people really liked them. So there they are, and I will see you in the next ranking video.
I feel drop their